Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. You better not duck me, Thun. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing, like Broner doing the Millie Rock. Hey, okay. Hey, B. Anybody can get it. He was doing the most. That's hilarious. Before I start, rest in peace to this man you see on the screen, Charlie Murphy. Charlie Murphy just passed away, age 57. He lost a battle to leukemia. I didn't even know he had leukemia, but rest in peace, man. Very funny dude. Most of you guys probably know him from the Chappelle Show, but he's been in movies like Jungle Fever, Paper Soldiers. He was in a lot of Eddie Murphy movies. Like, that's his brother. He's the older brother of Eddie Murphy. So, just a funny dude, man. Comedy lost one. So, rest in peace again to Charlie Murphy. Thank you for the laughs. Now, you guys seen the title of the video, and I want to talk about Keith Thurman. Yet again, and I've made several videos about this, he calls out none other than Manny Pacquiao. This is his verified account, right, on Instagram, and it's a picture of him side by side with Pacquiao 4 hours ago. I'm the only welterweight in the world that holds 2 world titles, and he's still ranked above me. So at the end of the day, man, we want the Pac-Man fight. Hashtag one time. Now, this is, I gotta be honest with you. Pacquiao is fighting Jeff Horn, which is a fight that I am not looking forward to at all. That's my honest opinion. Yes, Manny Pacquiao is a legend. He's done historic things, 8 division champion, great fighter, killer speed, hard style. I know plenty of guys who have sparred with him and worked with him, and they vouch for it. I did a video with Stan Martinook and an interview, and he says he hits like a ton of bricks. He said he hits like, it feels like bricks coming at you. And he said he just accelerates out of nowhere, just bop. But this fight's pretty bad. Somebody actually hit me to this. They said, how come Jeff Horn, like, I mean, I know men lie, women lie, numbers don't. But Jeff Horn, they said, how come he has 5,184 followers and he's following 4,667 people? You know what I mean? So that's not, he's clearly not a known name, at least in the States. Because you look at, I guarantee if I look at Anthony Mundine, he's probably going to have more of a presence. I believe this is his page on Instagram. He has 3,000 followers. I have more followers than you. You know what I'm saying? I should fight Pacquiao. I have almost 60,000 followers just off of hustling and talking boxing and giving my opinion. He's the actual fighter. You know what I mean? So although I understand he's ranked within the WBO, excuse me. Now this is just a test because I brought up his name. Yeah, exactly. 43,000 followers, and they're both from Australia. So the point being is, me, I'm not a fan of this fight. There's other guys. Pacquiao is a champion too, and you can't, he has to, if you're going to be in a competitive sport like boxing, at least fight like a former world champion, like a Andre Berto, a Sean Porter. You know what I mean? Guys like that. They're good fighters. They may not have always come out victorious. They don't have a squeaky clean, unblemished record. But it makes more sense. At least we know what Berto has and is capable of versus constant fights that, like, I didn't really even want to see the Pacquiao-Vargas fight, because Vargas, to me, he lost to the guy that couldn't beat Pacquiao, which is Bradley. And he lost 11 rounds out of 12. And the only success he really had was in the 12th round. So I know triangle theories don't work, but styles make fights. And I didn't see anything that Vargas was going to do that Pacquiao hadn't seen. And I was absolutely right, as evident by this picture. And Vargas lost his belt to Pacquiao. So to me, Vargas wasn't a proven welterweight. When they were talking about Vargas versus Kell Brook, the reason I was okay with that is because they were both champions, and stylistically that made a bit more sense. We know what suits Pacquiao. We've seen years of it. And more importantly, Kell Brook personally had regressed in competition. This was before Gennady Golovkin, because if you remember, before the Golovkin, he was in negotiations to fight Jesse Vargas, and then he bailed out of that to fight Golovkin, which he should have fought Vargas, and he might still be undefeated. You know what I mean? But Kell Brook, we needed to see him fight somebody since Sean Porter. You know what I mean? Jojo Dan, Kevin Bezier, Frankie, yeah, those aren't good fights. But we know how good Pacquiao is, and we know what he brings to the table. So it's just like, if you're fighting just to kind of gouge the consumers, that's not right. Again, why not fight and the reason people like this are held to a certain standard is because they are good fighters. I make a video and I speak my mind. People say, "Oh, you're mad. You hate this fighter." No, if I hated this fighter, then I wouldn't care who they fought. You know what I mean? I wouldn't hold them to any kind of standard because I know they're garbage. But that's not the case with Pacquiao. He's a good fighter. He's a talented fighter. And the public should demand more from champions and talented fighter. Like I said, people slayed Floyd Mayweather in the comment section for fighting Andre Berto, but in the coming weeks, Berto's going to fight another former world champion, and that's Sean Porter, April 22nd, and nobody's really complaining about that fight because it's a good fight. The reason people had such a problem with Mayweather fighting Berto was because they gave Berto no shot to defeat the Mayweather style. Just like no one's giving a shot to Pacquiao to defeat, or Jeff Horn to defeat the Pacquiao style. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because this is not something that has happened overnight. Keith Thurman has been calling out Pacquiao. I've done several videos. 2 weeks ago, wow, Keith Thurman calls out Manny Pacquiao again. 2 weeks ago, right? Abel Sanchez says, I think Manny Pacquiao would beat Keith one-time Thurman easily. I did that 2 days ago. Keith Thurman knocks out Manny Pacquiao. Troy King said that 9 months ago. His opinion, right? Why? I did a video 8 months ago. Why no pressure for Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman, a young, strong welterweight champion? This was before Danny Garcia. So you see video, I could have had a kid in this amount of time, 8-9 months. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, this is not something that just happened 9 months ago. Keith Thurman wants Manny Pacquiao. I love to see a contract with Pacquiao's name on it. This is nothing new. And for the fans who are radical, who are just, oh, Pacquiao's a legend, he's done everything, he has nothing to prove. If you ever reach a point in any career that you feel you have nothing to prove, nothing left to provide, then you shouldn't be doing that, right? That's like me saying I have nothing to prove in boxing because I just hit 70,000 subscribers the other day, right? Then why wouldn't I get the fuck out the game if I have nothing to prove? You know what I mean? But I don't feel like that. I feel like I have more to prove and there's more to do on this journey. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand that logic. He has nothing to prove. If he has nothing to prove, why is he continuing to prove something by fighting a Jeff Horn? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. And what's even more laughable, or equally as funny to me, is you'll still have radical fans who will defend Jeff Horn, but then on the same time, in the same breath, attempt to say how Keith Thurman is a bum or doesn't deserve the fight or he doesn't do numbers or whatever. And it's appalling because at the end of the day, you cannot make a sound, logical argument for somebody with 2 belts who just beat Sean Porter, and I had him winning. Some people had Porter winning, but I had him winning, and the judges had him winning, undefeated, beat Porter, and then he just beat Danny Garcia, and I had him winning that fight too, even though before the fight I thought Danny Garcia was going to be able to catch him and win a decision, right? So you can't tell me he doesn't deserve it and then make an argument for how another person like Jeff Horn does. It's insane to me.
Keith Thurman has been down once in his career. Garcia
Look at this.
has never been on the canvas, but they are throwing with bad intentions early.
Crazy, you know what I'm saying? So Keith Thurman definitely deserves it. 2 weeks ago, called him out. Bring on Pac-Man. I mean, and this is my graphic, by the way. I made this, so shout out to Ego Graphics. But it's crazy that the fans are so protective. They're like, you know, that's what it reminds me of parents, like overprotective parents. If your fighter, the guy you really like, right? Put him in there with Thurman. If he beats him easy, let's see it. Like, I don't even, this is not even a prediction video. I think Pacquiao might be able to beat Keith Thurman, but I also think Keith Thurman could beat and possibly stop Pacquiao. Well, actually, it's not possibly. I know Keith Thurman. I know he generates the power necessary to stop Pacquiao. Pacquiao got hurt by Bradley in the third fight. Fact. Even though he knocked down Bradley twice before that, he got hurt. And then Max Kellerman said, he said something, they were ringside, he said something to the effect of, you got me, you hurt me, or something. So if you can get knocked out by a career lightweight for the most part who moved up to welterweight in Juan Manuel Marquez, then Thurman, who has recorded a stoppage at 153 or 154 or 2 or whatever, he can definitely hurt you. Now I still want to see it, because I don't do all this in the comment section and arguing, banter, and back and forth. I just want to see the fight. I don't really care who wins. Thurman, people said when I picked Danny Garcia is because I hated Keith Thurman, because I criticized an element of his game plan in the second half of the Garcia fight. They say I hate him, but now they're going to say, oh, you love Keith Thurman, you hate Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Just radicalness. I just am a boxing fan, and this man is holding 2 belts that you see here, pictured here. So he definitely deserves a shot. He's unbeaten, young, hungry lion. And again, when is the last time we've seen, I don't want to hear, oh, ego, you hate Pacquiao, or Jeff Horn is TBE and all these retarded comments. Tell me how Keith Thurman is less deserving of a Pacquiao shot. Tell me how Pacquiao can continue fighting people off of losses at some type of weight stipulation, catch weight, them moving up in weight, lacking power, tailor-made styles, but Thurman doesn't deserve an opportunity. It just, to me, it doesn't make sense. Again, I take nothing away from Pacquiao legacy-wise and career, but facts are facts, and if you're going to be in the sport, you're going to have people like Keith Thurman who want to prove themselves, right? Jeff Horn wants to prove himself, but who's more deserving? I understand Jeff Horn is ranked number 2 in the WBO, right, behind Bradley, a guy that Pacquiao beat 3 times in my opinion, but he's not ranked that high in every single organization, right? And there's other big fights that people would probably desire more from a Pacquiao. Even fights with like an Amir Khan or Adrian Broner, I think Pacquiao has a great chance to beat those guys, but I don't know. You know what I mean? It's all at the end of the day, until people lace up. You know what I mean? I picked Danny Garcia at the time to beat Lucas Matisse, and people said I was crazy, and everybody picked Garcia to get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, people could have any fight predictions or calculations on what they think will happen. Like mine, I picked Garcia to beat Thurman, and I was wrong. So at the end of the day, I think Pacquiao would beat Amir Khan, and I think he would beat Adrian Broner, but I'm not positive. You know what I mean? They still got some type of shot. They got youth on their side, different stuff. Khan can box with speed. He has experience sparring him, coming off a knockout. Maybe that'll make him more calculated and focused. Who knows? You know what I mean? Broner has some hand speed. He's probably bigger than he is bigger than Pacquiao. So, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm not about, oh, Pacquiao will destroy Keith Thurman. Let me watch him destroy Keith Thurman, since he hasn't destroyed anybody since 2009. Right? He's hurt guys. He has power. He hurt Mayweather, hurt Bradley, knocked him down twice, knocked Jesse Vargas down once. Pacquiao, he still got thumped. But I want to see him destroy a young, hungry lion and also unify. But it doesn't look like they're interested in doing that. Let me know what you guys think. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing.